friends, I'm getting ready for a packed day at Walt Disney World, and I enjoy makeup, but many of us know that Florida weather can be crazy, so I need these products to last against the heat, the humidity, the rain, whatever happens. That's why I call these products Themeparkproof Makeup, and thankfully it's clean and filled with anti-aging benefits too. I am so not awake yet this morning. That's why editorial Stephanie is here for some voiceover. So I'm going to start this morning with Climate Control, which is a super hydrating gel that helps protect against the elements. And then I'm going to use Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer, which we laughingly say is like spackle for our face. So this is going to help fill in some of the smaller lines, some of the larger pores. And after it's been able to set up on the skin for a little bit, it's really going to help to create a smooth surface, which really helps make a difference for makeup application. Next, I like to color correct with a Shadow Sense in a peachy shade like Candlelight or Oat Milk. Shades that are peachy or have like yellow or orange tones are going to be opposite the color wheel from where like purples and blues are, so they can really help if you have any kind of dark circles and darkness under your eyes. So every single cream product I'm going to use today is going to have Cineplex complex in it, and that is an anti-aging complex that increases cellular renewal. So it's super awesome. It's in the Shadow Sense, it's in the Hydra Matte, it's in my color correcting tinted moisturizer, it's in blush, it's literally in every single cream product. What's really great is that you can use your hands for pretty much anything you want to when it comes to makeup, knowing that the heat from your hands, that warmth is actually going to thin out the product and diffuse it. So if you want a thinner application, a lighter application, maybe a no makeup look, it's going to be really great to use your hands. For me, I have claws, so it makes it a little more difficult to get into the corner of my eyes and to have some more precise movement. So while I used a denser corner brush to really color correct, now I'm using a fluffier brush because I just want a lighter application of color. I'm waking up. Things are good. I used the Wild Berry shade of Hydra Matte. Yeah, my phone can't spell Hydra Matte. I actually don't use standard foundation. I really only use this, which is the color correcting tinted moisturizer, because it is packed with the anti-aging stuff. It has SPF 15 and see, I'm really starting to wake up, but it has really great things in it. And if you spread it out and you let it sit up for a couple of minutes, it acts as a really nice medium coverage. And that's really what I like. It's just what I prefer. Foundation level is definitely a personal choice. So if you like a fuller coverage, then our foundation is absolutely great. Still has anti-aging, is clean, and has SPF 15. Okay, now that I think I'm awake enough to handle this, I know this isn't like the most awesome of lighting. All the lights I could turn on are turned on. Big shocker, this is not going to be any different than any of the Get Ready With Me reels that I've shared before on my Instagram page. It all started with making sure I'm hydrated. So as I woke up and I took my medicine, I put on more Climate Control, and then I put on daytime moisturizer to ensure that like I'm just hydrated. My hair was just like and I don't have frizzy or curly hair or anything like that. It's just so dry. But I'm sure once it gets outside, it will not be quite as dry because, well, I'm in Florida now. So yesterday when I cleansed my face and I put moisturizer on my face, in addition to like Climate Control, which I always use, I made sure to use the normal to dry version. I had shared that I really actually like to bring these samples. I'll tell you right now, like I will not earn any money from you if you purchase these, and that is okay, because what I care more about is that we have a trust, we have a relationship, and you know what the best things are to do. If you want to bring a full-size container of something, by all means. There's some containers I will bring full sizes of, but when it comes to skincare, that's just a lot of stuff to bring. None of that is going to fit within the travel regulations when it comes to flights, which is another reason why I like to drive if I can. It's just I'm so tired of making that 12-hour drive. So I usually bring these little samples because then I can have the skincare stuff that I like to have and keep my skincare consistent while I'm traveling. But the nice thing is that a lot of times you can get strips of things as a Kiss and Tell member, which you're automatically signed up if you place an order, and it's points and stuff, it's free. But you can automatically get some of those for free to a certain extent, and they're really not that expensive. So it's just one of my biggest like, oh my gosh, you got to try that, because it's nice having quality skincare while I'm gone. When I came down in November, I didn't bring it with me. I just brought some other stuff, and my skin was like, what are you doing to me? So anyway, I have to start blending this out now. So what I brought with me to use is Bella Hydro Matte. You can see how much I've used. I've been loving this shade so much. It's a great lip color, but it's probably one of my favorite things to use for a blush. And I have been just raving about it. And it's one of my favorite things if someone is working on investing in skincare and makeup, which is expensive if you buy nice things, then one of the ways to save a bit in your order is to get something that's a multi-purpose item. I will show you today how I will use this for my cheeks, my eyes, everything. I think I want to touch more. Ooh. The trick though with the Hydro Mattes versus using our blush, the Blush Sense, is that it's actually going to set up quicker, so you have to work a little bit faster. And I mentioned that in the travel day get ready with me video. I actually used the Wild Berry Hydro Matte. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it up here in the like kind of crease area and just kind of pat it out and kind of smudge it, I guess, for lack of better phrasing. And I like to kind of work it up a bit, like almost to the eyebrow bone. And then I'll just put a touch of highlight in there. Now, I have used this shade in the parks before as far as my lipstick. It's really a great shade. Today I'm not going to because I want to get my red pink on. It is one that I highly, highly recommend. Like if you're only gonna get one lip color, like kind of a situation, or you're like, I have to choose between lips, eyes, and cheeks, like just get that. Just get that. So now I'm gonna use one of our Glowify eyeshadow sticks. And I'm actually just gonna use a little bit of this on the outer half of my eye. I hardly ever do this. I'm not even sure why. I think I'm just trying to create a little bit of depth, but I don't do this that often. I actually brought this as like my cheat for my eyebrows because it kind of ends up working well for them as well. And it was like, you know, when you have to start going through your liquids to, you know, reduce what you're bringing, you try to find all the different ways that you can. I could check a bag. It's not that I couldn't. I just don't like to unless I really, really have to. I am going to go in with iSense, which is an actual like eyeliner pencil to kind of just fill in a little bit on the end. I can't believe I didn't even do my eyebrows before I left. Like I didn't wax them or anything. And it's like, really, man? How did you not do that stuff? Now I'm going to use the Glowify eyeshadow stick in Champagne. It's a pink kind of based highlight. And it's just really soft. It's really pretty. There is a gold version of this, so if you have yellow undertones in your skin, then that one might be a little bit better. But I have neutral to cool tones in my skin. If at all possible, I try to wear things that are cool, but the neutrals do a lot of times work for me as well. Now that I have most standard things for my face done, I'm going to move on to my eyeliner. What I did is I actually brought, again, Shadow Sense. This is in the shade Onyx Glitter. And I'm going to use this thin angled brush. And I'm initially just going to stamp right along my lash line. You really don't need a lot of product, so like I'll dab it and then I kind of like give it a stroke to make sure that I don't have too much on it. Hold on, I have a smudge that I need to fix. One of the things that I like about using a Shadow Sense versus the actual liquid eyeliner is that it's pretty forgiving still. So if something happens and there's a mistake made, I can go through and I can kind of smudge it out still, and it won't be a big deal. So now that I've lined my eyes, I'm actually gonna go in for the wing. All right, that is all set and done, and now I can move on to my eyelashes. First, what I'm going to use for my eyelashes is the Undersense 3-in-1 Conditioner Treatment Primer. I just really notice a difference. My eyelashes are pretty straight and dry and kind of brittle. So if I don't use this and I just use the mascara, even our standard mascara, like, it's good, but it works so much better if I have this. But then also later, I'm not noticing any of those issues where my eyelashes are as dry. It's like they're nice and conditioned. And I mean, that said, there's something to note here. Eyelashes are hair, so conditioning them is really no different than your standard hair. So I have my Undersense on, and I'm going to let that dry for a second. So what I've actually done is sectioned off my hair to make my barrel roll for today. And what I'm going to do in between doing the layers of my mascara, because I do like to let them set in between. I'm really picky about my mascara, so this may not be what you want or need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually putting a teeny tiny spritz of hairspray in between these layers, because it's going to make it kind of tacky and allow me to get a little bit more thickness and durability. It's longevity for that matter. It's going to give me some texture to work with. Yes, you can use a texturizing spray. You may not need this per se. I do. I have very thin hair that just wants to do only what it wants to do. So I have to mess with it. So then what I do is I go at the roots and I tease, and I'm also overextending my hair. You can see how I'm pulling it way over here when the roll is going to go this way, but I will show you at the end what I mean. All right, now that I have this huge rat's nest of crazy pants, I'm going to use a Prestige brush, and I'm going to kind of lightly brush the outside so it's not quite as crazy. Now, it will be a little bit more challenging to do this because I do not have any kind of bend in my ends, but it will be okay. Take my advice. At least bend your end. But really, if you don't have curly hair, actually doing this with curly hair can be really challenging too, but I am going to put a little bit of a curl in the end of my hair just to get it to cooperate. And while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I am now going to finish up my lashes with our Lash Extend mascara. This is a fiber-based mascara, and I love it so much. It just came out in the middle of March. It's just freaking awesome. I think I have a hair stuck to my... Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to get into the parks and forgetting stuff. This is our mostly translucent loose powder. I actually have the shade light, so it has a touch of pigmentation, but I like it because it adds a little bit of extra coverage. I also like that it has this lid and diffuser so that it's not just, I don't open it up and there's this mess, especially after traveling when your stuff gets thrown around all over the place. Whether you check a bag or you have it. Now I'm gonna go in with our mascara, the Lash Extend mascara, and it's so, so good. I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and I think I'm actually gonna top it with our regular mascara. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna give my hair some heat love. Oof, with all that hairspray on the end of it, it's a little bit harder to pull through. Okay, great. Now that it has some bend to it, I can unplug this and we can move on with the day. So you see what I mean? Like, it'll actually stay tucked. It's not gonna flip out as easily. Ah, I refuse. Okay, all right, that should be good. That's one. Now, I don't have any plans for coaster riding today, but I am going to prep just in case. So I have two that kind of go down the inside to help keep the overall shape. And then I'm going to put one in the back, but going inward so that it actually crosses and interlocks with the two in the back. And I also kind of do a wiggle thing, not just to get it in there, but to make sure I'm going in between both like the base and where the roll itself is. That's part of what helps make sure that it is going to be good to go. Because there's a chance of EPCOT, let's do another one just in case, because if I end up hitting if I end up hitting Guardians, gotta make sure this isn't gonna go anywhere. And I think we are good. We're good. I think we're good for Velocicoaster or anything. I mean, I'm not going to Universal this trip, but, which is sad. I think I've always managed to hit Velocicoaster in like the last 2 years. All right, this is all set. My mascara is good to go. I think I'm gonna finish getting ready, and then I gotta just put on my lipstick and we're out of here. Today I have a bow band that I'm gonna wear with this, which you probably already saw. Today I'm actually gonna wear a hydromat. I was gonna wear my lip sense, but I love this hydromat so much. So I think we're just gonna stick with this. Now this will set and I'll be good to go all day. I might have to touch up a little bit because this is the color that is up to 6 hours, which is why I actually usually like to have lip sense on in the park, because I can put it on like I did for travel day and I don't have to think about anything. But I just really wanted this color. But this is where we are for today. Let's get our stuff and go into the parks because it's like about time, right? So cheers to you, friends, and please make sure that you're living your best, most brilliant, beautifully empowered life. Take time for yourself. Do what you can for yourself, whether you're on vacation or you're at home. Make sure that you're taking time for yourself and you're doing things that recharge your batteries. Sending you so much love.